Well, guys, I finally did it. I sold almost all. I don't even know. Sold a lot of my retro collection. A lot of you are gonna say I'm crazy. A lot of you are going to agree with me. A lot of you are just here for the ride. I don't know how to do these videos a lot of the times because I usually get very either emotional or I don't even know. But as a lot of you know, a lot of my videos are unscripted, so a lot of what I say comes off the top of my head. It's not prepared. Most of the time my videos are just written down in Trello or some of those video ideas, and I just kind of go with the flow. But I've been talking a lot in the past about retro game collecting addiction and game collecting addiction in general, and how I caught myself really just getting games for the sake of having games. And I took a video from RGT85 that really to set things right for me, I would say. They kind of put me back on track of what gaming is about, and that's playing the games. I'm not going to go into too much more about my opinions on RGT85 and stuff like that because they're kind of mixed. But it was his one video that kind of inspired me to sell off my collection for the most part. Now, I did not sell everything. I know some people are going to be like, well, there's games behind you and stuff like that. Obviously, I didn't sell everything, but what I really got rid of was all the crap that was just taking up room, that was not getting played, it was not worth having, or having several copies of. Now, I stand pretty firm on liking to use physical media, but I have become more lax on digital media and playing certain games. He really put it in this perspective, and especially like I said, with my addictions in the past. September, I'm celebrating 10 years sober and everything, and I've been warned by my wife. I've been warned by several people about how, like, wow, you got a lot of games. Why? And I honestly, to this day, didn't have a reason why. It felt like it was filling a void that was inside, and it was making me feel better when really it wasn't. It was kind of a false sense of security, or a false sense of happiness. And what I started finding out was that unless I was starting to get pickups, I was not becoming happy. And more saddening was I wasn't even playing the games that I was picking up, and my game room turned more into a shrine than an actual place of enjoyment. You know what I mean? So I'd have my sons down here and stuff like that, and I would almost get anxious about them touching stuff because hey, don't touch that. That's worth like $80. Hey, don't touch that. It goes with this collection over here. I don't want it moved over to there because my OCD will kick in, and I want it right here. And then it was just bad. I layman's terms, guys, it was bad. I know that a lot of these videos have helped people too. Just getting it out there, because a lot of times on YouTube, you just see the personas of your YouTube channels. You just see the good part about buying stuff or getting stuff. If you watch some of the older videos and everything of YouTubers, it's just always been like, okay, 1, 2, 3, smile and do the video, read the script, get done, and then back to normal, whatever life. And then that's all you saw. And then, God, let's just get back to what this video is about. So I sold off probably a few hundred games, guys, and I did it the easy way. I went to my local game store with several boxes and even a tote full, and kind of just put it up there and goes, just give me what you want for it. They wanted to know if I wanted cash, and I just said, you know what, just give me credit, because you never know down the road when I might want a game or something from there. And after popping up about $400 or $500 worth of credit there, which is probably obviously not as much as what it was worth, but I got it out of here. I was driving home, and I'm just thinking to myself, am I really going to regret this? if down the road, am I really going to be like so disappointed in myself for doing this that I'm totally going to regret everything I did? And, as a few days went past, and being down more in the game room and just seeing how opened this place came just after all those games were gone, I had some fun little things that I wanted to put up for display that I couldn't do before, and now I can. There was a couple lunch boxes that I got randomly at Goodwill one time, a Ghostbusters one and an Ninja Turtle one that I wanted to display in here, and I couldn't because there was no room. So now that those games are gone, I can actually put up the cool stuff that I want to look at. That reminds me of the better days. And I'd have to lie to say that I don't regret some of it. But the only reason I think I regret it is I know what the stuff's worth. And I don't think it's really regret that I'm feeling. I think it's fear that, something's going to happen and these games are either going to double in value or, I'm going to want to play that game and I can't find a way to play that. But that's not the truth when it comes to it, because any game nowadays, unless it's modern, very modern, there is a way to play it besides actually, having a physical copy of it. And I've talked about that before. I've got, the mini NES, the Super NES, and the PlayStation, and all those mini consoles, and I've got most of them filled to the brim with games, and I even got a RetroPie over here with like 5,000 games on it. So I have the means to play the game if I really want to, and I think that a lot of times with my addiction, that was the go-to talk to, was to justify, well, what if I want to play that game? What if I want to play this game down the road? Why would I sell this? Maybe I want to play it one day. But that was just me lying to myself. And just not, it's not the way it is. I have been setting in motion new rules for my collecting. And I wouldn't even really call it collecting as much anymore, because in all honesty, in the last 2 months, I think I've bought one game for myself. My sons have gotten more games than I have, which is probably better off. And I'm actually more comfortable with people coming down to the game room now because I don't have these stacks and stacks of games that are worth money, I've obviously held on to some stuff, some 64 games, some Genesis games, and all my consoles themselves. That I have 20 some consoles, which down the road I'm probably gonna trade off anyways too. But it's just some stuff like my boxed Dreamcast down there. I know you can't really see because I think the mic's in the way. But I got a boxed Dreamcast down there, and I have a few other things. It's like I haven't even touched since I got it like 6-7 years ago. So like, what is the point of having it? I like to have the box, so maybe I'll just sell the console just because. But it was just really getting the money, getting the credit for it felt good. Getting clear of the space felt amazing, and it's been set. Like I said, it's been setting in motion the kind of mentality I need to stop with this addiction. Do I still have temptations? Obviously. Even when, like today, when I was stopped by Goodwill, they had stacks of PS2 games. Not really any good ones, mostly sports titles, but there was a couple in there that were just random, like Spy Hunter and stuff like that, where I was like, oh, I never played that game, and I've been wanting to play that at some time. And then, but I'm like, but am I gonna actually play it? Like, that meme, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? I was like, am I really gonna actually play it? And then I just told myself, I'm like, no, you're not gonna play it, so why would you want to buy it? So then turn myself down, and then it's like, the mentality is there, guys. And like I said earlier, I've been talking with people after these videos have been coming out about these game collecting addictions and how we need to talk more about it, and people have been just loving it, like they're just like the honesty and the rawness of this, and just people are sharing the same what do I want to say, the same fear. They understand what I'm going through because they are going through it themselves. And then there's some that are obviously like, well, I don't think I have a problem, but I do have a lot of games. And I'm like, that if you don't think you have a problem, then that's all. You don't have to worry too much about it. It's the people that watch the videos and go, wow, this sounds just like me, the same feelings, the same regret, the same shame for buying this stuff and not enjoying it anymore. Just buying it to buy it, buying it to try and be better than a YouTuber, one of their favorite YouTubers, having more stuff than them, having a better game room than somebody else, just doing all this stuff. And I mean, these videos are for you. And I've had, people reaching out on Instagram. I don't really release any of the information, but we talk back and forth about this kind of stuff. Because they'll tell me, I really want to buy a game, and it's like, well, do you want to play it? Well, kind of. It's like, well, are you gonna play it? Well, probably not right away. I might down the road. I'm like, then I wouldn't get it unless you really want to buy it, or you want to play it right now. I wouldn't bother buying the games, and that's kind of been my thing now too. Is I'm not really buying the games unless I plan on playing them right away. I picked up Hogwarts Legacy with a Google check that I got. I played through it and then I sold it right away as soon as I got through it, because it was like I was gonna keep it, and then I'm like, I started getting a stack of PS5 games, and I was like, oh cool, I got kind of like a little nice PS5 collection going, and then I'm like, but am I gonna play any of those games? I mean, I beat Hogwarts Legacy, and it was like there's some stuff like you can't do to your certain level, but it was like I've already beat the game, so I was like, well, I'm done with this, So do I really need to hold on to the game? Nope. So I ended up trading that in for credit and gotten I think it was the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection, because I was actually wanting to play through the Uncharted games, because when PS3 came out, I went from Xbox 360, Xbox One and stuff like that. And I really never played any of the PS3, PS4 games besides like Last of Us and stuff now. So everybody else talked about the Uncharted games. So sold Hogwarts Legacy, used some credit, saved some credit at the game store, but I picked up the Nathan Drake collection because I wanted to play through the Uncharted's, or at least play through the first two and see if I enjoy the games to keep going. And I've talked about, why I wanted to get rid of a lot of this collection, and it was, I've already explained it. And I'll probably do more videos about it just to make sure that they keep coming up on people's feeds, so that way if they do have issues, with collection addiction and stuff like that, that they can talk about it. Or at least get a video to know that you're not alone, guys. That's a good thing about these kind of, groups and stuff like that talking about this stuff, is because you're not alone, and a lot of times people think that there's something wrong with them, and it's only them. But like I said in a lot of these videos, when I come to the end, if you guys ever want to talk about anything, or you want, if you have any troubles with any of this stuff and issues with this stuff, and you want to talk about it, make sure that you DM me on Instagram. I've had a lot of people reach out to me that just want to say that the videos have helped them. They've been having issues like this. They've been on the fence, and they've been, really wanting to do something about it, and the videos really inspired them. And that makes it worth it for me, guys. I just, even if I only help one person, that makes it worth it, taking all this time and effort doing these videos and talking about this stuff and putting myself out there to let you guys know that you're not alone. So like I said, if you are dealing with these issues and you need somebody to talk to, hit me up on Instagram, DM me. If you want down the road too, if you have some certain issues that we want to talk about and you think that it would make a good video and you are willing to let your story be told, just let me know on there too. Otherwise, I'm all about anonymity and not letting, people's information get out there if they do not want it out there. So like I said, if you need to reach out and talk to somebody, go ahead and do that. And yeah, hit me up. But I'm going to end it right there, guys. I hope you enjoyed this quick video today, just talking about how I've recently sold off a lot of the retro game collection. I've done some videos like this in the past talking about this, and I've sold a bunch off recently. And I'll probably do more videos like this in the future. So if you guys like this video, please make sure to hang around, and we'll do some more. So as always, stay retro, my friends, and have yourself a great day. I'll see you in the next video.